Are you here? There's a ghost. Or maybe I'm knocking on the table. You decide which one. So yeah, Sulphur Springs, Season 1. To be clear, I did sort of watch this, but I didn't finish it. Also, Season 2 exists, and Season 3 exists. And also, I forgot most... I remember most of the story. I remember the main story, which is basically... sort of like... actually, no, I'm not gonna... Which is basically the beats of the story. But I forgot it. But, yeah. The one thing I am going to admit in the non-spoiler section is one of the things... Two things. One... I don't want to say it because it sounds like I'm being an ass. Being like, look, there's children who can act. It makes it seem like a... but yeah, the actors that they have definitely in Season 1 are like, they actually have emotions. They actually have reasoning. You don't have... you actually have them caring, which I respect. I like. I also like the fact that you have younger versions, like, oh yeah, I can see that. Because they have a thing, and one person in the past is meant to grow up to someone in the future. Don't worry about it. That's a spoiler thing, but don't worry about it. The main point is, within the two, it's like, oh yeah, I can see that. I also like the idea, because this takes place in Sulphur Springs. And I think the house, I'm pretty sure the house is in the advertisement. But the one thing I definitely like is that the house looks decrepit. There's so many moments where and it's like, ooh, this is fun. Like I said on my stream, I was thinking of planning to put Season 1, 2, and 3... maybe in one episode, but I chose not to. As you can see here, this is just Season 1, and you will get Season 2 on... You'll get Season 2 on the 8th. So in, basically... Yeah, in 4 days, you'll get Season 2. And then, in another 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, no, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, you'll get Season 3. I would also like to point out, if I don't finish Simpsons Season 9, you might get it in 4 days. So either way, it's 5 to 4 days between each one of the seasons, which is going to be a bit weird. But overall, I think this is a fun series. And let's talk about, in my opinion, the fun stuff. So what do I mean about fun stuff? So the whole thing is the secrets. What's going on? What's this? So this has a lot of stuff. There's some moments that I feel a little bit weird, but I feel that's on purpose. Like, there's a moment where it's like, I want you two to never talk. There's a moment where you have these two separate families, and this one's mom was like, I want you to never be friends with this kid and his two siblings. Also, she has a sibling. And it's like, why? What's going on? And I love it. The more you learn, you do understand more. You do get more understanding, but at some point you still get more questions. There's certain things, like, you think it's like this person's father because they were communicating, they had a bunch of pranks together, and they generally knew each other. And then you realise that, one, both of them are like, oh, I didn't know her, but they did. And also, her mum later finds out, she asked her mum, oh, did you go to this camp? No, she did. And then later on, they go to a thing with the talent contest, and she sort of rigs it. Or seemingly rigs it. Which is a thing where it's like, wait, what's going on? And the more you learn about what happened, because the whole thing's set up on, by the way, the ghosts exist in this house. There's a ghost, it's doing certain things. It's most likely from this person here. And it's like, what is this? Why is this happening? And I like later on, one of the things that happens is, as they go through, the whole point was this girl went missing and tried to figure out what happened and why it happened. And then you realize, well, she did went missing. She literally went back in time even further, and that's sort of why that sort of happened. It's sort of like going further and further back, and they had to do this whole thing, which I like, with the canister being like, and then they finally get along, yay, and like learn about each other, and sort of get this settled, because like you can tell that originally, like, yeah, everyone's lying because this girl went missing, and yes, both sides didn't tell the other what actually went on, because one, like, something happened, he left and ran, and then the next thing he knows is she went missing. Which I like the idea, if you look at the timeline, he ran, she ran, but ran somewhere else into like this like small cubby area, which led to a bunker, which led to a machine, which led to time travel, which is absolutely interesting. I love it. I love that idea of like time travel. And I'm so excited for season 3, which even though you're going to get season 3 on like the 15th, I'm going to watch it on the 5th. Not today though. Today is BBC where I'm watching Pokemon. But yeah, I watch weird stuff. My next couple of days are Pokemon, Secrets of Sulphur Springs, Alien vs Predator, and Four Nights of the Apocalypse alongside Fairy Tail 1 episode, and My Adventures in Superman season 2. A lot of up and downs. It's just really fun in that way. Anyway, I definitely think this is really good, and how it's continues into season 2 with the photo and bringing that up. Oh, we're not done yet. There's more. Here you go. Because I feel like to season 1 to season 2 and season 2 to season 3, they have a good hook into the next season. Because I like that idea being like, we're going to like put this thing, because I don't know if it's going to be a season 4. I highly doubt it, because like this series I think is old, and if there was going to be a season 4, it would already be out by now. So yes, Sulphur Springs was cancelled. No season 4 for Disney Channel's adventure series. Springs will not return for a 4th season. It's cancelled after 4 series per deadlines. Don't know why it was cancelled. Actors age, yeah, fair. Most of the casts are fairly young. So, surprisingly, kids grow up. And season 1 to season 2 canonically takes place right off. If they did a thing where it's like 2 years later, they could have done something with it, but they didn't. So they're kind of having this, and then they grow up, and then they grow up. Which makes sense, it makes sense. Hopefully they were able to finish it in a succinct, nice way. That sort of wraps everything up. It's easy free. Otherwise I'll be sad. But yeah. So yeah. This mystery is really good. And going into season 2, introducing you might need to go back in time again. For what? We don't know. I'm not going to mention it, because I do know why. I do know the whole thing that season 2, and I like it. But that's not important. But I do think it's really good. But again, I hope you like, I hope you enjoy, and most importantly, Good night.